What is up guys, Ram1 here and welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Number 85. In this episode we are once again covering cards in the Shadow Spectres pack, and this pack's been updated. There have been some new cards announced, well, they wouldn't be released, would they? They've been announced, some new cards been announced, some very good cards actually, a lot of new archetypes, a lot of support for older archetypes, so I'm going to be covering those over the next few days in Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. But today we're covering a new archetype. Well, it's this new vampire, they're vampire cards, new vampire cards. Now, we've had vampire cards in the past, and these cards do support them. So anyway, let me cover these ones, then I'll give you some thoughts on them, about some old vampire cards that I really think can support these ones, and so on and so forth. So anyway, the first card we have here is Vampire Sorcerer. It's a dark zombie effect, level 4, 1500 attack, 1500 defense. And its effect reads, if this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add one dark vampire monster or one vampire spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard to then normal summon one dark vampire monster this turn without tributing. So it's a nice little effect. As you can already see there, dark vampire, that's Vampire Lady, Vampire Lord, Vampire Genesis. This is going to support some old vampire cards, so this deck is already a very solid deck as its own. The next card we have is Shadow Vampire. It's a dark zombie effect, level 5, 2000 attack, 0 defense, and its effect reads, when this card is normal summoned, special summon one dark vampire monster from your hand or deck, except Shadow Vampire. If you do, monsters you control other than that monster cannot declare an attack this turn. This card cannot be used as an XYZ material from an XYZ summon, except for the XYZ summon of a dark monster. Now, as you can already see there, special summon one dark vampire monster except Shadow Vampire. So this card is level 5. Summon Vampire Lord, there you go, you have two dark vampires, level 5, XYZ summon them to summon the XYZ, the new one that's added to this deck, which I'm about to cover here soon. The next card we have is Vampire Grace. This is a dark zombie, level 6, 2000 attack, 1200 defense. And its effect reads, while this card is in your graveyard, when a level 5 or higher zombie type monster is special summoned to your side of the field by an effect of a zombie type monster, you can pay 2000 life points, special summon this card from your graveyard. You can only use the effect of Vampire Grace once per turn, and once per turn you can declare one card type, monster, spell or trap. Your opponent sends one card type of that type from their deck to the graveyard. Very nice effect, very similar to Vampire Lord, although Vampire Lord's effect involves you dealing damage to your opponent, I believe. But as you can see, they're definitely making connections from these vampire cards to the old ones. So I'm very happy with these three vampire cards, and there's still more to come. Next up we have Vampire Bram the Edelator, and this card is a dark zombie XYZ rank 5, 2500 attack, 0 defense. It requires 2 level 5 zombie type monsters to create it, and its effect reads, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, then target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon that target to your side of the field. You can only use the effect of Vampire Bram the Edelator once per turn. That monster cannot declare an attack during the turn you activate this effect. During a standby phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was destroyed by your opponent's card and sent there since your last standby phase, special summon this card from your graveyard in face-up defense position. Very nice little effect there. I mean, of course, special summon monsters from your opponent's graveyard. You can get some pretty powerful monsters depending on what your opponents use. Say they have a Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning. I always use that card as a reference. Special summon that. Although it cannot attack this turn, you can use this effect to banish one of your opponent's cards. That's a very strong effect by Vampire Bram the Edelator here. So I'm happy with it. Plus its second effect there, it basically just works as a wall. So even though it's not going to be very useful, 0 defense and no materials, it still works as like that wall. A lot of things zombies do, they just appear, stand there to take damage, disappear, you know. A lot of video game stuff has done that in the past, so that's sort of what it's making reference to. The next card we have is Vampire Empire. This is a spell card, a field spell card, and its effect reads, zombie type monsters gain 500 attack during damage calculation only. So even if you're not using this with vampire decks, that's still a very strong effect on its own for any zombie type deck. And then its other effect reads, once per turn, when a card is sent from your opponent's main deck to the graveyard, mainly through Vampire Lord and Vampire Grace, you can send one dark vampire monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard and target one card on the field. Destroy it. That right there is a huge plus because a lot of zombies work extremely well from the graveyard, and then to send cards to the graveyard with this effect and then to destroy more of your opponent's cards, that's just a very, very plus and very good effect. I'm very happy with this card. And the final card we have is Vampire Shift, another very strong card. This is a normal trap card, and its effect reads, if your field spell card zone is unused and the only face-up monsters you control are zombie type, activate one Vampire Empire from your deck. Then you can special summon one dark vampire monster from your graveyard in face-up defense position. You can only use the effect of Vampire Shift once per turn. Again, this is a very powerful card because not only can you just pull out that Vampire Empire from out of nowhere, you also get to summon another dark vampire monster. So say you had a Shadow Vampire, use this card to summon a Vampire Lord. There you go, your 2 level 5 summon Vampire Bram the Emerator. Very good card, and all 6 of these cards are extremely good cards, and I cannot wait to bring you guys a deck recipe. I'm definitely going to do that. I know I said I'd bring deck recipes for past decks before and haven't, just because of time. But Vampire is definitely a deck that I really want to build and I really want to share with you guys, so stay tuned for that, hopefully in the near future. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, remember to give it a like, rating, comment down below, let me know what you think of these new Vampire cards, and if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all my videos. Again guys, it's Panda1, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.